What's up, family? It's your girl, Extremely San, and we are back with another episode of the Sistas Sauvignon podcast. And as always, I am with my beautiful co-host.
I'm Tiara.
And I'm Melodye.
And we are here today to just kind of talk about anything. We don't even have
agenda.
We don't have an agenda. That's a good word because I couldn't think of one. We don't even have an agenda today. We had like a whole thing going on, but it's been so much going on in this world, child. I'm just entangled.
Ooh.
I had to use the word just because it's the word of the day. It's the word of 2020.
It's a part of the culture now. Like
it is.
It is.
You were doing it for the culture when you were in an entanglement. I guess we should just start right there.
Just jump right in,
what
huh?
August? Entanglement.
What August?
Lord have mercy.
So, first things first, Jada, Will, and August and their entanglement of love. What do y'all think?
I don't know if it's love or lust or
it's lust, obviously. She said it was lust.
It was love for him.
It was love for him, though. So I call it dysfunction.
Do y'all think Jada's a predator? I'm sorry. I have just been going. Maybe predator is not the right word. What's the word? No, predator I think is the right word.
She manipulated him for her own needs.
She said
Definitely,
she
was
definitely
in
did that.
a situation where she was hurt and she wanted somebody to make her feel better, and he was there. And poor thing, he was going through so much, and she manipulated him to satisfy her needs.
That was my point. He was a broken child.
Yes.
Was she like? And isn't she like a therapist or something like that? Like she's a
Really?
she's
has
maybe
healing
a spirit
energies.
coach. Yeah. What is it
she
called?
definitely has healing energies.
Lifestyle. What is it? A
Like
life
a
coach?
lifestyle
Life
coach
coach.
or
Life
life
coach. Yeah.
coach.
So this broken child came to you. He been through everything from the moon. He went through Katrina. I mean, allegedly. I forget. I have to say allegedly now, but I'm pretty sure he did. Allegedly, he went through Katrina. He had drug problems with his parents. His sister passed. Now he's raising his 3 nieces, and all of this before the age of 27. And he has is it a liver disease or he's got?
So I don't know a lot about his sickness, but whatever it was, I know he was really sick because didn't Will and Jada even say,
They both said it on the table talk when he came
to stay at the house for a little while. That's bizarre.
So he was sick mentally and physically because, as you said, he was in a hospital for medical issues, and then
I think it has something to do with his liver, or it's something that he needs.
And then he goes through depression. Allegedly suffers from mental health issues as well.
Well, I'm sure, considering what everybody else is putting out there. Well, let's talk about what we think about open marriages, because that's where this all started. So apparently, allegedly, Will and Jada had an open marriage and have had it for some time now. And that rumor's been going around for years. Yeah. They've been married for 20 plus years. I think I remember hearing it even as a kid. Of course, I didn't understand exactly what it was then, but as I grew older. So for me, the question is, how was it that Will was able to keep his stuff so private? Like, I think I saw one picture of Will with some chick and people had just assumed that was his side chick. But how did Jada's side dude become so like headline news on CNN?
One, because he's famous. He's in the industry. And
he's
then,
young.
Yeah, he's young. He's in the industry. And then she was out in public. It's pictures of them
out
in public. So you pick someone who's in the industry, you're in the industry, and then people see y'all together. They're automatically
Entanglement with August.
They're going to assume that you're together.
And then think about what Jada said. They weren't sneaking around or anything. Her and Will weren't together. They literally had broken up. Will told Jada, I'm done with your ass.
He said that in the
I'm
interview.
never coming back. And so, but that's kind of the thing. When you're dating married folks, there's always that chance that they might go back to their spouse.
How do you stay married? Like, because they were still legally married.
Yeah.
Living in the same house. From what I'm assuming, they never said they moved out. Living in the same house. And I had seen one clip where she was talking to Will, and that was on the Red Table Talk. And he was like, or they were talking, and she was like, I said we were going to be married. I didn't care how it happened. If you on one side of the house with your chick and I'm on the other side of the house with my dude, and I'm paraphrasing here, then we just going to do it and it's still going to happen. So how does an open marriage work? Let's just break down the nitty gritty. How do y'all think an open marriage works?
Don't let Tiara
I don't know, because I've never been in one. I just think that they come to terms that they're going to see other people. They have to set the rules up front. Okay, we're going to live in the same house. However, you can still date who you want to date. I'm going to date who I want to date. They set the boundaries. You can bring them in the house maybe when I'm not home. Or you need to go to a hotel.
So messy.
It is very messy.
And dangerous. So does that, okay,
and
so
dysfunctional.
And very dysfunctional. Very dysfunctional and tragic. And what's the other word?
Any
that starts
other
with a
negative
T?
word that
What's the other word that starts with a T? So
it's the ultimate destroyer of a union.
so when you're in an open marriage, is it just sex?
I think it's whatever the couple
I probably should have
decides
Googled
it's
this.
going to be.
Let's
Yes.
Google the definition of open marriage.
because that wasn't just sex. They were entangled.
No, that wasn't just no. Be clear, that wasn't just sex for August.
Yeah.
Because he went on Lil Wayne's podcast and said, "I'm still in love with her."
But for her, I don't think it was just sex.
I
because
think
it
was.
healed her. She said that she was in a broken place.
She got
and
healed by the penis.
I think it was healed by the friendship because I won't negate, both of them claiming that they had a really close friendship that, was able to flourish out of their entanglement.
And then she said she hadn't felt good in a
Entanglement
long
with
time.
August.
She said, I haven't felt good in a long time. And when he came, I felt good. So he satisfied some emotional need for her.
Okay, wait. I have the definition via Wikipedia. Open marriage is a form of non-monogamy in which the partners of a what's that word? What's that word right there?
Where are you?
Dyadic?
Dyadic. Clearly, she's thinking about something else.
In which the partners of a dyadic marriage agree that each may engage in extramarital sexual relationships without this being regarded by them as infidelity and consider or establish an open relationship despite the implied monogamy of marriage.
So basically, it's married people that have decided to behave like singles.
What's the point?
That's what I want to know.
It's very toxic.
Toxic. That was the other T word I was looking for earlier. Toxic. Yes.
And then I don't like how at the end of that red table talk, they said we ride together, we die together.
Bad marriage for life. Yes.
Really? You want a bad marriage for life.
And you're proud of that?
So then I guess my question is, what's the point of staying in the marriage if it's so horrible. Y'all came up with a damn tagline for it.
But they're in a life, what is it called? They
A
transition to a life partnership.
Well, what they got
That's
grown.
what a marriage is. It is a life partnership.
So I kind of understand staying in a marriage for the kids when your kids are younger. Ain't all their kids
They
out the
grown.
house?
Grown.
Hell, Jaden left the house at like 16.
Grown.
So what are we holding on to? Jada got her own career. He has his own career. I mean, if they leave each other, they're not leaving broke.
I think Will and Jada together are an empire. So they are more valuable as Will and Jada Pinkett Smith as opposed to just Will Smith and Jada Pinkett.
How?
I
When
think
is it not?
so for Jada, not much so for Will.
For Jada.
Yeah,
That's what I'm talking about
But
for
no,
Jada.
I don't necessarily agree with that. I mean, what has Jada done here recently that included Will? I mean, the red table talk was her mom, and her daughter. And that became
But
a
when you
hit.
think of Jada, you automatically think of Will. When I think of Will Smith, I don't automatically think of Jada.
When I think of Jada, I think of Tupac.
Oh, Lord.
Sips tea.
Well,
I think that's where this all started, if you want me to be completely honest. Jada wanted, and this is my opinion, Jada has wanted Tupac since the 1980 whatevers. And Tupac wasn't having it. He was trying to do his own thing. He always looked at Jada as the homie, which I have said. I think that Jada is the homie. Like that's what I think her and Will kind of
transition to.
well, they just kind of even started because he's the dude from Philly and she's the chick from Baltimore.
Maybe more.
she's from B.
She didn't even let me get that out to Baltimore. She's the get down chick from Baltimore, so she's easy to get along with. She probably played basketball with him, and I don't know, went to the strip club with him.
She's
and
making this all.
I know.
up.
No, this is my opinion, like I said before. So I've always considered her the
Used to
homie, but I
double
think right. I know. That's probably something.
Hopscotch.
Jada. In 3. I say all that to say I think that Jada always wanted to get with Tupac, and he just always thought of her as the homie, and so she settled. Unfortunately for Will. Am I saying that right? Unfortunately for Will, she settled.
Will is definitely more than worth settling for.
I agree.
That's a level up for
No,
me.
I
That's
agree.
A whole level up.
I agree that he's worth more than that, but I think for her, I think
But how do you know it wasn't the other way around? How do you know that it wasn't?
Well, who was he really messing with at the time?
Who, Tupac?
No. Oh, no, I thought we were back on Will. Sorry.
No, like, why do you assume that
Who
she
was
wanted?
Tupac messing with?
No, why do you assume that Jada wanted
Settled
Will,
for Will.
And Tupac didn't want her? Because I thought it was the other way around.
I thought Tupac
No,
wanted her too.
Yeah.
From the
lyric.
Yeah.
From the what?
From the words to his lyric.
That wasn't about her.
Yes, it was.
Yes, it was.
It was about me.
Oh my God.
Y'all both look like what? No. Okay, but let's get back. We've gotten off subject now again. We have gotten a definition of an open marriage. So how do we feel about that? Now you're engaged.
I am.
You have been married.
And
I've been
engaged.
married and engaged, right?
And I've been married twice.
Oh, that's and good
lot of
Lord, it's a
experience
whole
in this
lot of
world.
sitting at this
A lot of-
table, guys.
And I can promise you, between Tiara and myself, ain't no entanglements
No.
happened
Entanglements
No.
with
up
August.
in any of those situations.
This was
I
literally.
do
I'm gonna
not
say
support
this.
hashtag. I do not support open marriages.
That's a long ass hashtag.
I'm gonna add it to the bottom of mine too.
Hashtag I don't support open marriages. Why? Okay, so why not?
Well, for me, it's spiritual.
Okay.
I believe that God created the institute of marriage to be holy and to be sanctified. And when you invite another person in, it breaks that threefold cord, which is just you, your spouse, and the Lord. And it just opens up a world of trauma and dysfunction. I mean, look
Clearly.
what's happening.
Yes.
And if we just look at the couples that have been in the public eye that have openly said that they've been in open marriages, or as
Who
we
else
know
said that
now,
before Will and Jada.
oh, she got me name dropping up in here.
Well, just name one, because I didn't.
DeVoe. The DeVoes.
Oh,
Oh, that's
Shamari and
Yeah.
And they have
what was his
both
name? Ronnie.
Ronnie.
They've both admitted that it was the worst thing that they could have ever opened themselves up to. It
Well,
was,
theirs was weird. So she could sleep with women, but she could not sleep with men.
that's because that was her fetish,
But he could sleep with women.
because he's not gay, so he wouldn't sleep with men.
When I was,
I mean, come on.
that's not where I was. Going.
I'm like, well, yeah. So they both.
That's not where I was going with that.
It's Shamari. Sounds like she didn't have a desire to sleep with other men. She
No, I feel like he said this is the only way we're gonna be able to do this. I think that was like her, like, oh, okay, well, I guess if I get to F around, if I only do it with females, like that was like her okay.
But it got messy because she started getting entangled
feeling.
with
Entanglement
these
with
women,
others.
and that's when he was like, okay, this is a done deal.
So is the
Like, I didn't-
entanglement just the sex, or is that is like the
The
feeling?
entanglement is the feelings when emotions
Well,
get involved.
technically, according to August Alsina's brand new song,
Which I have not listened to,
Entanglement,
and I don't want to, and I will not. So I'm glad you're just gonna read the words, because I'm not listening to that stuff.
You know, I was really hoping that he would fly high, but he did
Fly
not.
high.
As Michelle Obama says, fly high.
Come on, first lady.
However, an entanglement is sex, according to August Alsina. So,
Read a verse that
all right, the definition of
this is from his
entanglement-
song Entanglement.
No, oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. It's when you're tangled in the sheets. Yeah, yeah.
I think that's just for the song.
That's
just for the song.
that's
He
just
was
for
way
show.
More entangled than just sex.
That is just for-
He wouldn't be making songs if it was just sex.
Well, my question is, why are we even talking about it? Like, August, your interview with Angela Yee, was supposed to be for his album that was coming out. Why were we even talking about Jada?
She asked.
She what? She
Angela
asked.
Yee asked about it.
Yeah.
And everybody knows, because it was so public, that was a very big part of his life. And I'm sure she inspired some of the stuff that he wrote.
But
He's
why
an
did all of a sudden
amazing
he just
musician.
spill the beans?
That's my
Because
question.
that was a couple years ago.
That-
Maybe
right,
3
they
to
had
4
been
years
broken
ago.
up.
And people,
She
I'm pretty
said
sure
that.
people have asked him that before, and he never said anything. But out of the blue, now I
Well,
guess
he also
just-
said that this was messing up his reputation and his money and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
So I wonder if people started to look at him as like the homewrecker, and he needed to set the record
it's
straight.
the side piece.
I think that he definitely broke the side piece creed.
Yeah.
What about threesomes? Maybe they should have just had like 2 or 3 threesomes and then.
We don't know if they did or didn't.
If they are in an open marriage, they done already tried threesomes already. That's my opinion.
Well, not with August.
Not
right?
with August.
Oh, okay.
But at some point,
I was like, was that in
your
the song?
appetite increases because if you're not satisfying your spouse and then you have a threesome, okay, this is not satisfying us anymore. Let's move to open marriages.
That's a good rationale.
I ain't never getting married again. This is too complicated.
No, you just got to work at it. Like you really, I think people give up. People give up trying to satisfy each other. They give up working on the marriage, going to counseling because you guys are going to grow and you got to make sure you grow together.
Yep.
And I think if couples actually spent time working on their marriage, they wouldn't be in that situation.
That's a good point.
It's just that simple. It's hard.
It's
and
not.
people don't
Well,
wanna
yeah.
do
Let's
the
not
work.
say it's not. It's
No,
that simple.
It's
but.
simple to do the work, but it's not going to be easy.
So you think it's better to have an? I'm hoping Mel don't snack me. Do you think it's better to have an open marriage or to cheat on your partner?
Tiara looks very flabbergasted right now. What?
What?
Neither.
Well, like because I guess whenever I think of
I was hoping she wasn't gonna pour her drink on you. She grabbed the glass real fast.
I was scared on both ends. Like, oh God, oh God, oh God.
That's a good question.
Well, I only ask that because I guess I don't understand the whole open marriage thing. Again, we know I was married, but I wasn't married long enough to be able to experience all the 25 years in to understand all those parts. So, I mean, for me, had my husband cheated on me in the beginning, I'd have chucked up the deuces. Y'all know me. I'm not finna fight for you. I'm not fighting no chick over you. If a chick come to me and tell me she had my dude, oh girl, you won. He yours. I'm not finna fight you. I'm not.
I guess because she hadn't been through it.
It's much different in marriage.
Yes.
I
It
don't
is.
understand it. Well, explain it to me.
Your lives get entangled.
Literally.
Your finances.
This is gonna be
That's
the
the
word
word.
of the
That's the
day.
word for 2020.
Entangled.
Your
Seriously.
finances get entangled.
Your friendships.
Yep, friendship, your
Families.
spirituality, everything. Everybody, everything is connected. Everything is connected, and it's hard just to break it. And I saw an illustration earlier today, like when two people come together, it's you have 2 pieces of paper, then you have glue. It's stuck together, but when you try to pull it apart, pieces,
broken.
it's
Ripped.
broken.
That
It's
is
broken.
exactly
Hey, that
what
was a
divorce-
good one.
That's
Yeah.
exactly what divorce
That
is
was
like.
a good
It's
one.
broken pieces of you.
And then what's crazy is that because of the way marriage works, even when you find the means to put yourself back together again, you're still not the same that you were before that. Mm-hmm. You're always different. You're forever different.
Yep.
For me, one is not better than the other. Both of them are a no. But I can definitely say that, having been through a marriage where I was cheated on, it was a little easier to come back from that as opposed to if my husband had come to me and asked me to try an open marriage. That would have been an automatic no, I'm done for me.
Even if he was like, baby, I love you. I need to have this outlet for a moment. And then, this
You
is.
should have got that out
this is
before you got
nothing.
married.
So Mel, you said that if your husband come to you and asks to have an open marriage, you're done, right?
That's an absolute no for me.
So
Are you done with the marriage or just a no?
she's done with the marriage, right?
I'm done with, no, it's not I'm done with the marriage, but the answer is definitely a no. But it's not just a no, it's a no. And we need to get to the bottom of what's causing that appetite outside of our marital bed.
Okay. That clarifies some things for me because I'm like, okay, why would you be done with a marriage if somebody asks you for an open marriage? But if someone cheats on you, it's like, okay, we can kind of work it out.
No, either way, there's something going on where they have something inside of them that is not being fulfilled inside the marriage. That could be spiritual, it could be physical, it could be mental, emotional. It could have nothing to do with you.
Very true.
Y'all
But it
feel
ain't
so
gonna
much-
happen in my house.
Yeah. Y'all feel so much more emotionally than I do. Like I just
We're empaths.
maybe that's no seriously because I if I hear something that I don't like, if I feel something I don't like, I'm quick to okay, I'm cool.
But
like
Syneca, what if you've been in this marriage, let's say for 10 years, and you are head over heels for this man. You guys are in love, and he goes out of town with his friends. He get drunk, and he have a slip up. You're ending a 10-year marriage.
He ended the 10-year marriage. I didn't.
I get what you're saying, but you're not going to allow any space for him showing that he's sorry, that he's going to make a change, or it's not going to happen again.
Well, see, here's the thing.
So
I don't
you're
expect
saying that people can't make mistakes.
I didn't say that. I don't expect any different from him if I go out and do the same thing. You are more than welcome to I would hope that you would leave me because I've effed up. I'm not saying that people can't make mistakes. I'm just saying, in my opinion, I guess for me, I'm just not willing to put up with all that nonsense after. Like do you ever really come back from that?
Yes, you can.
Some marriages.
So this is the first time I've publicly acknowledged this. My closest friends and family know, but my first marriage, I was a very young, I say girl, not even woman. I was a teenager and not properly equipped to, carry all the weight and responsibility of being a wife and a new mom. Yet I did. And I got myself into some entanglements. Okay. You heard me say some. I did. I was a bad girl.
We don't have to find another word besides entanglement.
And my husband was willing to take me back. He was. And guess what? I was willing to comply. There were some other underlying things why it didn't work out. But as far as just that piece is concerned, can people come back from that? Absolutely. Because when I looked in his face at the hurt and pain that I caused, when I looked at, my kid and realized that I was the one responsible for breaking our home, I knew that I never wanted to do that again. Yeah.
It's up to the offender to say, okay, I'm going to make whatever request that you want me to do, whatever changes you want me to make, I'm going to do it. Yeah. And in my last real relationship, my ex was not complying. He cheated on me. I'm publicly saying that as well. He would not comply. I'm like, okay, well, can I have a password to your phone? He's like, no.
I done told y'all about them phones. You go looking, you go find somebody that told y'all.
But it was certain requests that I made that he wasn't willing to comply with. So he wasn't willing to change. So he was still planning to cheat. And that's when I had to decide for myself, I need to get out of this situation because it's not going to change. So
I'm glad you made the statement of planning to cheat. I guess that's my issue. How do I mean, for me, if I forgive you for this, that's giving you in my opinion, and why I've never really, I guess, probably not had a very, 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 very long-term relationship. Once you mess up that one time and I expect the same thing, how do I know you're not going to turn around and do that same thing again?
You don't. And that's what forgiveness is.
Yeah.
It's letting go of the offense and promising to not hold that. Basically, you're releasing that. And you don't move forward with the thought frame of, how do I know it's not going to happen again? You move forward accepting that it was a mistake or a choice, because it might not have been a mistake. It might have been intentional. But if that person has, realigned themselves with the goals that you all had in place in the first place and promised to move forward and not make that same mistake, you trust in that.
Promises can be broken.